What up, world? I'm Steve, founder and CEO of CryptoCrewUniversity.com, home of the #1 crypto classes. If you want to take this complex world of crypto, make it super simple so that you have more success, this channel is for you. Hit that subscribe button right now. Everybody hit that thumbs up button. There is a 100-year-old indicator, and it's saying that Bitcoin is about to have a massive move. Do you have any guesses? What is that indicator? And is this massive move up or is it down? Let me know in the comments down below. We have a jam-packed video to get to today. Happy Wednesday to you and your family. I hope you have a smile on your face. Hope you're looking fresh. But more importantly, I hope you're ready for an absolutely packed video. Look at all of the items we are going to be covering today. First, I want to start with the YouTube poll. I appreciate everybody in the YouTube community. A lot of people voted. We posed the question, hey, do we want to keep the videos the same with a lot of quality topics? Or do we want to cover one topic and just keep it really simple and really short? And overwhelmingly, the high majority of everybody said, if it's not broken, don't fix it. These videos are jam-packed with so much value and so much information. It takes me 3 days to make these, so I hope you appreciate them. Twitter poll. What we're going to jump into today is way in the past, we've asked some Twitter questions. And I want to go back and see, was our community right? Were we way off? For example, we said, do you think Bitcoin is heading, where do you think Bitcoin is heading in the next 1 to 3 months? And we posted this way back in August. We're going to look at a couple today and let's see, were you correct? Was our community correct? Do you think our community is going to be right or wrong? Let me know in the comments. Oh, and by the way, you can follow on Twitter at CryptoCrewU. There it is right there, CryptoCrewU. If you wish, feel free. Golden Cross. We're going to talk about the latest developments. There's some brand new developments with the Golden Cross that are pretty shocking. Gaussian channel. There is something that just formed in the Gaussian channel that we're going to touch on today. Following up on the cup and handle with the fib level. Also, topic number 4, total market cap. We just had a monthly candle close in the total market cap. What was it? What does it mean for the market cap? Also, the weekly RSI. We're in some troubled territory with the weekly RSI. Should we be worried, or is there a rescue on the way? Monthly candle, weekly candle. We just closed a weekly candle. We just closed a monthly candle. What do they mean? And what do this week's candle, what does that mean? What should we look for? Most importantly, this 100-year-old indicator. What is it? What does it mean? Is it something good? Is it something really bad? Please guess down below if you have any ideas. Talking about the most critical trend line as well. Right now in the crypto space, specifically with Bitcoin, which will dictate everything, one trend line tells the entire story. Ethereum, the latest and greatest on Ethereum. You may be very excited. I know I am. To get to that. Steve's secrets to success. This is something we do in every single video. It's probably your favorite part. And if you're new here and you don't know about it, if you really want to achieve more success and more wealth in your life, you will love the Steve's secrets to success. If you're not interested in succeeding or wealth, you will hate them. We do them at the end of every show, and they're a game changer, and it's growing into everybody's favorite part. So I can't wait to get to that as well. Now, I want to start with a very important statement. I would be willing to bet you are here in crypto to make more money. But the more important question is, are my classes even a fit for you? Are my classes even a fit for you? So that's what we're going to address right now. I want to start out with an important question. I want you to think about you in crypto right now. What are your big problems in crypto right now, and how much is that problem costing you? And if you had a solution to that problem, how much would that mean for your portfolio? Now, As we get into this, you probably have thought about the classes, but to be honest, you're probably a little bit hesitant because they're online classes. Maybe you got burned before, and I respect that 100%. So let's go over some topics together. Number one, have you been watching and enjoying my videos for at least a couple months? Number two, do you feel a connection with me in the way that I explain the information in the charts? And number three, have I taught you any valuable lessons since you've been watching me that maybe you carry with you to this day? As we go through those questions, you probably realize, hey, I really like this channel. I really like Steve. I think that he's no BS. He doesn't take paid ads. I really respect that. He always tells it like it is and only the facts in the charts. And I really understand what he's saying in the charts, and it really resonates with me. But we go back to that one question. You're here to make money. Plain and simple. You're in crypto because you want to make more money. And you've probably wanted to be a better trader for a long time, and you just haven't achieved it yet. The main difference is on these YouTube videos, I don't teach you how to make money. On my classes, that's exactly what they're specifically designed to do. I made these classes because I hate that the average person has gotten destroyed their whole life with investing, and it's usually only for the wealthy to keep these secrets for themselves. But no more. I developed these classes for the regular person that has always wanted to be a better trader, and they just couldn't figure it out. And this is the ticket in the fast lane. So plain and simple, if you really enjoy my YouTube videos, my classes are 1,000 times better, and you'll be blown away. I guarantee it. So I look forward to welcoming you in, but luckily for you, we have our birthday blowout, the tail end of our birthday blowout. We're getting close to expiring. So this is your opportunity. I hope you enjoyed that really raw conversation, and it probably, lit a light bulb. You've been on the wrong track. You've had some bad habits. Don't keep going down the wrong track with those bad habits. I need to get you on the right track, where not many people are, in really learning good habits and how to be successful in this industry. And you can take that learning to any market and dominate. So today is the day that you make that change. And you may have had a question about the classes that you just never asked. So email me right now, info@cryptocrewuniversity.com, and I'll answer that question. But these are the two most valuable combos that we have, and they're the two most popular. And the difference is the diamond is really focused on all of the classes together. That's why it's the best value. And the gold combo is our top seller. It just skips the beginner section. So if you've been in crypto for a little while and you feel like you can skip the beginner, you're going to get the top seller, the gold. That'll be the second link right down in the description. I'll link it for you inside the video, or just go to cryptocrewuniversity.com. But just take a look at the savings, because this is not going to last much longer. $1,000 off plus 300 more with Bitcoin or Ethereum. That's ridiculous. So take advantage of this. You have some bad habits. You've been on the wrong track. It's time to get you over. It's time to bite the bullet. And this is if you're really new to crypto. You're going to get the diamond. First link right down in the description. I'll link it for you inside the video again. Or just go to cryptocrewuniversity.com. And email me if you have any questions. info@cryptocrewuniversity.com. Now, some important things to share with you about this chart. This chart represents some death crosses and some golden crosses. Most recently, a golden cross here. But it gets very interesting. Now, when we had our golden cross, we know that there's two check marks to know if we're in a bull market. Number one, we need to have a golden cross. And number two, we need price action to be above the 200-day. Well, the 200-day is here in red, and you can see that we've pretty much struggled with that recently, falling below, technically out of a bull market, and coming back above, technically in a bull market. Out of a bull market and into a bull market. Most people get confused. They think, well, Steve, isn't a bull market, isn't that just go straight up forever? No, not even close. And does a bear market just go down forever? continuously? No, that's not what it is. It's a big picture synopsis. So you can see here that we entered a bear market here and prices fell, but prices didn't just go straight down. They went down and they went up, and then they went down and up and down and up. So I want you to understand that. But here is where it gets very interesting. If we take this golden cross and we say, well, could it be a real golden cross, but how about a fake out? Let's look at our most recent fake out, and something really fascinating will be evident right in your face. And we're going to look at it from a few angles. So we've covered it at length. The last fake out was here back in June to July of 2015 and into August as well. So what is a fake out? A fake out is when you have a golden cross, everyone gets very excited, prices go up, and then prices fall down, and falling down below the 200-day, and everyone gets incredibly scared. But something really fascinating happened here as well. So prices went up, and we had a golden cross after prices reached their high, which is exactly the same as present day. And then prices fell down below that 50-day and eventually down below the 200-day, causing panic and pandemonium, and then going into our true golden cross and into the true bull market. But it gets even more interesting. Not only did prices reach their high after the golden cross, just like they did today. We'll show you a quick glimpse of that as well. You can see prices present day got to their high before we even had a golden cross, right around that time. It's the same thing. But if we take it a step further and we look at that weekly RSI, because we know we've fallen into bearish territory. And for those of you that are unaware, we have a weekly RSI level of 55, 56, which represents bull/bear. For the history of Bitcoin, you can see here, while we're in a bull market, we're holding 56 as support and bouncing off of it. And when we're in a bear market, we're below. Now we're below. It's a problem. But back here at that exact time period that we had the fake out, look at what the RSI did. We went all the way up to 64 on the weekly, causing everyone to be incredibly excited, and then we fell below. Why is 64 important? That's exactly the level we just reached. And by the way, everyone was very excited. And then we fell below. So that fake out caused us to go below, where people kind of gave up on the bull notion and they started getting very bearish. And then the market went into a bull market, its true bull market, for years. Very interesting that we're lining up move for move with this fake out. Now, as we get into the Gaussian channel, what I want you to notice, switching gears, is take a look at this. We're back inside the channel. What do you make of that? We know that, because you've watched my channel, that when we entered the Gaussian channel, on average, we stay in there 1 year until we get out. Meaning each time we entered, it's very bearish. We've never entered when we were bullish, ever, until recently. Until this candle here back in November. That's when we entered and we said, hold up, pump the brakes. This is not normal. It's not typical. We've never done this in 10 years. It's not like we've never done it this month or this week or this year. We've never done it in 10 years. So it's very fascinating, and we'll be keeping you up to date. Obviously, this candle was a bearish engulfing candle. You can see that this weekly candle is trying to make some moves, but getting some resistance. Now, I want to show you one other angle, because this is the weekly Gaussian channel. If we go here and we put it on the daily, watch what happens. We went up to this high price of 10.5, and we came right down to our bottom channel, holding support, but getting resistance from our median line. Look at our median line, holding true resistance. So I want you to go on your chart. I want you to go to your Gaussian channel, which I bet you have saved. Look at the daily and follow this and see if we can start holding this median channel as support. but 10.5 has been significant for us for week after week after week after week. In every single video, we said we have to get above 10.5 to reverse the trend, and we didn't do that. So prices fell. That's no surprise. We were very ready for 10.5. We weren't looking at any other price range. 10.5 dictated for us a change of trend, a change of momentum. But in the big picture, when you look at what's happened recently in Bitcoin, just moving from our lows of 6.4 up to 10.5 and getting rejected, I'm not concerned. Just like we weren't concerned last week with this pullback. This is a healthy pullback, and we can look at it deeper on the fib. From a broad brush, without looking at any indicators and just price action, I'm okay with this. It's not a concern. There are some concerns, like the weekly RSI, but we'll dig into them in a little bit. More importantly, we need to get to this 100-year-old indicator. What is it? Do you have any guesses? Are the wheels churning and you're trying to figure out what this indicator is and why does it represent a major move? Let's dig into it. Now, I want you to show you this. This is the most critical trend line. The most critical trend line in the entire market of crypto. Bitcoin is going to really dictate everything for many years to come. And when Bitcoin is in trouble, the entire crypto market is in trouble. Now, this is a trend line going from the December tops all the way for a few years, like 812 days, this trend line has been intact. And we have some resistance points back here in July of last year. And then in August of last year, we've got some resistance here and then some more recent resistance here. This is the trend line I want you to watch. If we can break above this trend line, that'll be significant, especially if we can hold it as support. We will be off to the races. This is a long-term trend line that's been holding us down as resistance, most recently here in early parts of February, where we had 4 weekly candles in a row that were met with resistance. So we want to keep a close eye on this, and again, hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on the most critical charts as we move through this crypto industry. Now, our cup and handle. Cup and handle. Let's take a look a little bit closer at this cup and handle. We've been following this for some time. It looks like a beautiful cup here. You don't want to see any V formations, meaning a price will really spike down and spike back up. You want to see a rounded bottom. What you don't want to see is the handle go more than 50% of the price action that we had on the upside of the cup. What does that mean? Well, we went from 6.4 up to 10.5. We don't want to see prices in the handle come all the way back down here to this 0.78 fib, or even the golden ratio of the 0.618. We don't want to see prices fall down here. It would void the cup and handle. But right now, as we stand, we're still in a good spot with the cup and handle. We've been battling this 8.7K, which we put on Twitter a couple weeks back. We said, hey, watch this 8.7K. And we've been hanging out around there as support and resistance if we dig into it. You can see these weekly candles are really coinciding around this price area. But again, if you look at the 0.5 area on the fib, it's that 8.2. This is a critical level. This is a critical level. So I would also keep a close eye on this 8.2. This is also a critical level here, this 7,700. But again, we don't want prices to fall down there if you want the cup and handle to break out. Now, this is a big cup and handle. This is not a small cup and handle. This, if it would play out, would mean a very large break to the upside. So if you're a bull, you better watch these price areas like a hawk, because you don't want it to be void, because this would mean a very large break to the upside. So pay close attention as we continue through. But we still have to get to this 100-year-old indicator. What is it? Does it mean we're going up? Does it mean we're going down? It definitely means a major move, and we need to be well prepared. But so far, we're painting a picture. We've got the fractal that we're looking at as a fake out. We're understanding that the Gaussian channel on the daily, we're holding support. The Gaussian channel on the weekly, we've entered. So we've got some follow-ups to really look at. We're also really taking a look at the weekly RSI in that 56 level while paying attention to our trend line. So we have these building blocks of exactly what to watch. And when we break above here, things are going to move pretty quickly. So we've got a lot of things to really keep our eye on. And as we move through this video, we're going to start getting into some different pictures to really pay attention to. And we're going to talk about what they represent. The talk of the town recently has been Chainlink. You've probably heard about it. A lot of people have probably talked about it. And you have probably had some regrets about Chainlink. Maybe you really wanted to invest in Chainlink and it wasn't the right time and you got burned, and then you missed out on some big trades, and you're probably regretting some situations. Now, you've probably been wanting to be a trader or an investor for a long period of time, and this may not be a new feeling. You've probably wanted to achieve that success and you just haven't gotten there. And you're wondering, what else can I do to really turn the page and get on that track to success? Well, if you signed up to the diamond or gold with Chainlink just recently, you would have bought down here and you would have sold up here and on October, and you would have made 122% just in a month. 122%, just following a simple step-by-step strategy. That's how easy trading can become. Instead of having all this stress and anxiety, you would have just followed these simple steps and made 122%. And then you would have bought back in over here, and you would have sold up here for another 75%. Imagine telling your friends that you made those two trades, or telling your family or anybody who would listen to you. You would probably try to tell people on the street that you made these trades. I want you to be proud of yourself. I want you to get to that successful level that you've been wanting. And my classes will change everything for you. If you like my YouTube videos, even a little bit, you will love the classes because they're designed for you to make more money, plain and simple. And that's why you're here. So I showed you this last week, and I'll say it again. It probably seems too good to be true. If I was in your shoes and I heard somebody saying, you know what, my students sold up here and bought down here, almost doubling their Bitcoin, and then sold up here right at about 10K, I would say, nah, I don't think so. But I'll put my money where my mouth is. Just like I said last week, I don't BS. There's no BS on this channel. Everything is straight to the point and only the facts. And the facts are right here. If you take my classes and my simple strategy didn't tell you to sell here and buy here and sell here, I'll give you every dime of the classes back. So you have no risk. I can understand and I get it. This seems a little bit crazy, but I've been in this game for a long time, not a couple years. I've been in since I was 16 for 19 years. So we have a strategy that's pretty good, right? So you have no risk. You have no risk. And by the way, if you're my student, look at the February 9th chart. We were still in a bear market, and then you can see the charts, how they line up for our strategy to sell here. So again, I want you to get you on the right path. I'm put on this planet to help change lives. We're very blessed and fortunate that we've changed a lot of lives, but we haven't changed your life yet. So the time is now. It's time to bite the bullet. We've got two top selling combos here. This is the top seller. This is the biggest value. If you've been in crypto for just a little bit of time, you don't want to miss any classes, that's the diamond. That's the diamond. Diamond combo, first link right down in the description, or just go to the website right here, cryptocrewuniversity.com. If you've been in crypto for a little bit and you want to skip the beginner section, that's the gold combo. This is our top seller. This is our most popular. This one will knock your socks off, right? Save $1,000, extra 300 with Bitcoin or Ethereum. This sale, our birthday blowout, is at the tail end. So don't mess around. Take action right now. You don't want to miss out. The clock is ticking. Gold Combo will be the second link again. Or just go to cryptocrewuniversity.com. You'll see it right on the main page. But again, you've had some questions about the classes that you haven't asked yet. And this is your time to ask. Today is the day that you ask. info@cryptocrewuniversity.com is the email, and I'll be standing by to help you with whatever your question is or your concern. Some people's concern are, hey Steve, I want to take your classes, but I don't have enough time. You'll be pleasantly surprised that you only need 10 to 15 minutes a day to really change your life. 10 to 15 minutes. You know you have 10 to 15 minutes, whether it's in the morning, at night, squeeze it in at lunchtime, you've got 10 to 15 minutes. So whatever your question is, send me an email here and I'll be standing by to help you. Now, let's get into my favorite, Ethereum. There's a couple things I want to talk about in Ethereum. Now, I want you to think about, how is your position on Ethereum right now? Are you a little bit more bullish? Are you bearish? Are you a little bit scared? Are you hesitant? Are you worried? What's your position on Ethereum right now? Let's rewind the clock back here in December 2018. We started forming this pattern. We made a few videos about this because we were forming a specific pattern that screamed breakout. And then we had this big breakout. Everyone got really excited, overly excited. And we said, it seems a little bit crazy, but watch the 170 level. Watch the 170 level. And if you have patience, patience always plays off with trading. So the 170 level is here. Why did we pick 170? Because we look left and it's a pretty strategic level. And we fell all the way back to 170. And we even held there for a handful of months, and we broke below it. And then we formed this, right? This I like because this is our higher high. Our previous high was here in September. So we didn't form a lower high. So I really like the chart of Ethereum right now. Also in the big picture, if we look at our lowest low is here of the past few years. And our next low was 1 year later here. Those of my students, you have a bonus class about Ethereum in December. It's a very critical one. So go back and watch that if you have the diamond or the gold. Or if you buy the diamond or gold today, you'll get that bonus class today and you can go see what that trend is. But it made my students quite profitable. Now, we have our high here, our higher high. I like it. What I want to see with Ethereum is just form our next low higher than this one, and we're in a pretty good spot. I want to see the next move be higher than this. So what does that mean? I want to form a higher low and another higher high, and Ethereum is in a great spot. I still believe Ethereum is undervalued in the big picture. I know I said this maybe 6 months ago. It's still true today. Ethereum is still undervalued. If you go back and you look at the historical snapshots of where Ethereum was and where Bitcoin was over its history, you can start to understand where it's valued relative to Bitcoin, and it's undervalued today. It's undervalued. So I like this structure. We'll be paying close attention. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, stay up to date on Ethereum, and hit that thumbs up button. I love everybody that comes in and boom, hitting that thumbs up right away. That's pretty cool. And I must say, it's pretty cool the feedback that we got on our videos. I just want to take a quick second and just say thank you. We have such an incredible community, including you, and I appreciate that. I appreciate the support. I would have never guessed that. I thought making videos about crypto was going to be super boring. And I remember the first day I started, I thought, I don't think anybody's going to watch this because they don't want to watch videos about crypto and charts and only the facts and the charts and not the ridiculous news and all this hype and drama. And we really focused our channel very differently than a lot of channels. And I'm very surprised that people are really enjoying it. And I appreciate you. So thank you. Okay. This is total market cap. Total market cap, including Bitcoin, right? 2 levels I want you to watch. We identified the top level of resistance at 263. You can see it here in yellow. It's been significant for a long time. We've seen more and more resistance from that level. We've been inside this channel since August of last year, and these are monthly candles, by the way. And we just had our monthly candle close, and we were watching, is it going to close as a gravestone doji? What is it going to close as? And luckily, we did not close as a gravestone doji. We held out the past 48 hours before the candle closed. We reverted from a gravestone doji into, this is still a bearish candle. You can see that the sell-off happened from all the way up here at about 307 billion down. We have a long wick. Obviously, we mentioned the wicks really tell a story. The bodies tell the facts. The wicks tell the story. So the story is, hey, we battled all the way up here and we got beat over the head back into our channel that we've been in for a bunch of months. Now, there's one other level I want you to watch with this, and we made it easy. So it's 263 and 163. Something very easy. You can go on your total market cap calculated by TradingView on the weekly and draw this chart so you can watch how the market cap is acting inside this channel. So what we don't want to happen is further rejection from this 263 and then come all the way back down to 163 as support, because that will be, it's a pretty drastic drop. We don't want to see that. So pay close attention to how this is playing out. Now, it's time to get into the chart we have all been waiting for. This 100-year-old indicator is saying that Bitcoin is about to have a massive move. So the questions that are coming through your mind are first, what is this indicator, and what is the massive move, up or down? So here we are. So moving averages were developed in 1909 and really popularized as the years progressed. They're a long-term projection. And moving averages, you can use a lot of different moving averages, but there's one in particular that really, really lines up with Bitcoin movements. Do you know what it is? It's there in green. But you can have a lot of different moving averages. You can have the 50-day, the 100-day, the 200-day. You can have the 50-week, the 200-week. There's so many different moving averages, and they impact Bitcoin in a different way, but this one impacts like no other. I'll show you how to find it on the daily or the weekly, but let's dig in to why this is so critical. When we break this trend line, this moving average, we see massive moves to the upside if we break it to the upside. And if we break it to the downside, we see pretty devastating moves to the downside. And this is for the history. So as we are in a bull market, not only does it mean when we break it, we see a large move to the upside, and when we break it to the downside, we see a large move down. It's also during a bull market, acts as critical resistance. So if you're in Bitcoin for long term and you simply just bought during a bull market when we touched down on this moving average, you would be doing fascinatingly well. Do you know what it is yet? Put your comments down below. But I want to dig into it further so you can get the big picture. You can see when we broke it here on March 24th, 2014, we went all the way down pretty drastically, something like 80% drop. And when we crossed back above it, things were looking really good. This represents so many different points, different critical points of Bitcoin. Buys during a bull market, large moves. It really is one single moving average that's very, very critical. And you can see even back here in 2010, we held critical support multiple times on this. You can, dating back to March 2011, look at that critical support here. So this has been a very, very important moving average. And where are we right now? This is where we are right now. We are holding critical support. What we don't want to see is a breakthrough. A breakthrough would be a drastic move to the downside, or we could see a very powerful bounce to the upside, as we have during past bull markets. Technically, right now, as we speak, prices above the 200-day, we're in a bull market. And look at what's happened in the past bull markets when we've held support on this level. Now, let's take away the suspense. You've had enough suspense. You just want to know what this is so you can draw it on your charts. This is the 21-week moving average. The 21-week moving average. I want you to draw this on your chart. And it's like the 147.6 moving average on the daily. If you want to draw it on the daily, you can feel free, right? So this is something that we've talked about at length. Sometimes we show you on the daily with a 147, whatever it is, or on the weekly with the 21 week. We've held it as critical resistance up until October. We broke through it in January. And then again, we moved into a bull market towards the end of February and now holding support. This could be very, very critical how we interact with this specific moving average. If we start to see a bounce, that's a very powerful sign, because in the history, when we've seen bounces from this, it's meant a lot of gains to the upside. And if we break through, generally it means pretty drastic falls. So we'll keep a close eye on this as we continue. I want to know what you think is going to happen, and then we're going to get to those Twitter polls so we can follow up on our community. But what do you think is going to happen? Do you think we're going to hold this 21 week as support? Do you think we're going to break it and have a drastic fall? Let me know in the comments below what you feel is going to happen. But the weekly candle obviously was very bearish. We're trying to hold on right now. We're seeing some sell-off from these levels up here, and we need to see. This is a pretty new weekly candle. We're not going to print it until Sunday, so we've got some time to really see how we interact with this 21 week. So let's get into the poll. We said here that we would follow up on this one. We're going to follow up on another Twitter poll again. Where do you think Bitcoin is heading in the next 1 to 3 months? So we posted this on August 16th. Let's just pull up August 16th and see, what did it look like August 16th? Well, it was August 16, 2019, I believe. So August 16th, right over here, prices were right around 10K. And we said, over the next 1 to 3 months, what do you think is going to happen? And we posted 3 choices. Below 7K, consolidation around 10K. Mind you, we posted when it was at 10K, or above 14. So pretty much the majority wanted prices to either stay where they were or go up, and the majority wanted them to stay where they were. Not wanted, predicted. And the lowest percentage by far said we would go below 7K. So if we were up here right at about 7K on August, where did we go over the next 1 to 3 months? We didn't go above 14. We actually went below 7. We went below 7. So the smallest percentage. Now, we have something like 14,000 Twitter followers, but we don't have 14,000 students. So that's critical. It's very important when you look at polls to look at what the majority is saying and try to do the opposite. We have got a very intelligent community, including you. But again, I don't have 14,000 students. So it's the small percentage. Now let's take a look at the next one. The next one happened on December 10th, 2019. And we said, what target do you think is going to happen first? Below 6K, above 9K. So let's find December 10th on the chart. It's very fascinating to take this. And again, if you want to follow on Twitter, it's at CryptoCrewU. So December 10th, 2019. So right around this area. And we posted when Bitcoin was about 7,000, maybe a little less. And we asked, what do you think is going to happen, above 9K or below 6K? And everybody voted for below 6K. 63%. Half of the humans, almost half, voted for below 9K. So it's pretty fascinating. Again, we went above 9K. We went above 9K. So the majority was wrong again. Now it's very interesting. I'm going to keep posting different, but we can't stop the herd from following our Twitter. So you can try to beat them out of there and try to get the herd away, but it's hard to do that. So it's very fascinating. Let me know what you think down below. Do you remember what you voted for in this topic? So at CryptoCrewU if you want to follow on Twitter. Now for Steve's secrets to success. Oh, we put the Twitter here. Now for Steve's secrets to success. Again, just as a point of reference, we always have a little bonus tidbit of information. This is our trend line on the wicks. Again, you can draw trend lines on the wicks or the bodies. The bodies is better, but we drew this as a point of emphasis here, and we're holding it as support as we speak. So holding that as support, holding the 21 week as support, it's going to be a very interesting week. It's going to be a very interesting week. If you haven't subscribed yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. Hit that subscribe. So just look down. If you're on your phone, look down and make sure that is not a red button. You don't want red. Hit that subscribe and hit the thumbs up. We covered a ridiculous amount of information in this video, and show some love and support. Even if you've never given a thumbs up before, today is your day. Hit that thumbs up. Now, Steve's secrets to success. This one is a powerful one, so you better be sitting down. And by the way, I'm wondering, do you watch these videos and listen, or do you just listen, kind of like a podcast? Are you in the car? Are you like on your lunch break? I'm curious, where are you? What are you doing when you watch these videos? Do you watch them, or do you only listen, or do you do both? Now, Steve's secrets to success. If you're really new, this is a part of the video it's definitely my favorite. It's definitely my favorite because I can use my experiences over the years that helped me get from, kind of ground zero to where I am, and I can help teach and inspire other people to do the same, because it's not rocket science. It's not. You can do it. If you think, man, I've always wanted to achieve more success, but I don't know what to do, you better listen up during this part of the video, and then I'll give you step by step what to do. So today's Steve's secrets to success is value your time and value your happiness. Now, what does that mean? Let me tell you a story. There is a millionaire that was on his way to meet with his mentee, somebody he mentors, right? So this millionaire is driving his car to go meet his mentee, somebody that he mentors, and he arrived a couple minutes early to their meeting, which, by the way, you'll notice that most people that are successful and wealthy really value their time. They're never late. Then he arrives in the driveway and he notices, okay, I'm a few minutes earlier, but he looks in the yard and the person he mentors is mowing the grass. So he asks, hey, we have a meeting in a couple minutes. And the guy says, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm a little bit behind and I need to finish cutting the grass. So the guy ends up finishing the grass and he comes in 10 to 15 minutes late. He's dripping in sweat. And the millionaire says to him, "What? Do you enjoy cutting the grass?" And the guy said, "Oh, I really don't like it. I'm very hot and I'm sorry, I'm very behind schedule." And the millionaire says, "You don't value your time. You don't value your time. If you want to be successful, you need to have the mindset that your time is very valuable. Let's say that you value your time at $100 an hour. You can pay somebody down the street to cut your grass for $10 an hour. Then you'll start valuing your time. Not only did you not value your time, you didn't value that person's time, the millionaire's time, because they were late to the meeting. So it turns out the guy doesn't like cutting the grass. He only had to do it out of necessity, and he never really thought to hire somebody else. Now, I say that story to say this. I want you to select what price you value your time at. And let's say you make $20 an hour now. You should pick something like $100. You should value your time at $100 an hour and start living like you're making $100 an hour, and then things will start to fall in line. And if that sounds crazy to you, try it and watch what happens. I guarantee there'll be a big change, because you're going to be watching that silly show that you watch, and maybe it's an hour long, and you say to yourself, would I have paid myself $100 to watch that? No, you're wasting your time. You're not valuing your time. And also value your happiness. Just like that guy mowing the grass. Did he like doing that? No. So if you have your budget in line, that 50, 30, 20, which we talked about, 50% needs, things you need, like shelter, food, transportation, those are things you need. Then your wants, and then your savings / investing. If you have that in line, what I want you to think about is this. There's probably things that you don't like doing in your house. Maybe cleaning the toilet. Do you really like doing that? Do you really like mopping the floors? You probably don't. And maybe it causes some tension in your relationships too, in your house. Why don't you think about, if your budget's in line, spending a little bit of money each week and having somebody come and do it maybe once or twice a week. Then you start to value your time. You get your time back to you. You get more happiness. You get less stress. You spend a little bit of money because now you're in the successful mindset. You're making $100 an hour. And if you make around $100 an hour, I want you to think that your time is valued at $1,000. And maybe that sounds crazy to you, but you could do it. You could do it. $1,000 an hour sounds ludicrous, but it's definitely attainable if you believe it. If you don't believe it's attainable, you'll never achieve it. No question about it. The same with the $100. If that just sounds ridiculous to you, depending on where you're living, I don't want you to focus on, well, I live here and this is my circumstance. No, you have what's called the internet, and that will unlock everything you need to achieve your goals. It doesn't matter where you live. Doesn't matter your religion, color of your skin. Doesn't matter how old you are. You may say, well, Steve, I'm a little bit older. I've got kids that are kind of grown up. I don't know. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So I want you to start to think about what your time is worth, and start to thinking about making these little investments of things that you don't like to do that'll free up your time to do the things that you like to do, that you enjoy to do, and start really trying to achieve your goals. Those things like mopping the floor and cleaning the toilets, those are not going to help you achieve success in life. Plain and simple. They're not bringing you any value. They're not bringing you any happiness. So stop doing them. But first, you have to get your budget in line. And if you haven't done that, we talked about it a few weeks ago, you better get on that immediately. Otherwise, you can't do today's lesson, right? So that's where I want you to start to think like successful people. It's all about the mindset. And I read a book before that said, you know what? Carry around $500 or $1,000 in your pocket every day. Why? Not to flash it around. Look at all the money I got. It's to get in that mindset of somebody that's very successful. All you need is the mindset. Most people wonder, well, Steve, what's step one? What's step two? Who cares? If you believe it and you're in the mindset, you'll go get it. You don't need to know how. I didn't know how. I knew I was going to go get it. That's all I knew. And nobody would stand in my way. Even I was the complete underdog. And I never told you this. This is a little deep piece of information. Both my parents are high school dropouts. I didn't say college dropouts. I said high school dropouts. I was supposed to be a statistic. I'm a complete underdog. My mom had me when she was 18. She had to drop out of high school. So did my dad. I have an older sister, 2 years older. You do the math. We had to move out into what you would call a shack. I had all odds against me. I know what it's like to be there. And I didn't care. When I was 24, I started to see things really clearly. I said, I'm going there. Everyone said, Steve, how are you going to do that? How are you going to get all these? I said, I don't know, but I know where I'm going. And they said, oh, good luck. Nobody believed me. Nobody believed me. Everybody bet against me. But they're listening now. They're listening now because I achieved everything I said I was going to go do. Everything. And you can too. That's why I tell you, like, I don't care where you're from, the color of your skin, your circumstance, what country, poor, rich, it doesn't matter. You have to believe it and then go get it. Plain and simple. So that's where I'll leave you today. This was a pretty powerful lesson, including Steve's secrets to success, but I want you to put it to action. Don't just listen to these and you feel like, man, I'm jazzed up. I want to go do it. Go take action. Get your budget in line with the 50, 30, 20, and then go do what we just talked about and watch what happens. It's going to be powerful. So again, most of you watching right now, you're probably a student. You're probably a student and you realize like these are the things we discuss in class as well, but on a much deeper level on how to achieve them. And if you're not a student yet, you got to get on the right path. You got to get on the right path. Don't have any more excuses. Some people say, well, Steve, I'm going to take your classes, but I need to make a little bit more profits first. That's a poor people mindset, plain and simple. And if I hurt your feelings, I'm sorry, but that's a fact. Let's say you and your friend are at a casino and your friend starts winning some money and then he goes down a wrong path and losing and losing and losing. He's in a deep, dark hole and you're trying to get him out of the casino. And he said, oh, no. I just need to make a little bit of that losses back. What would your advice be to him? You're probably in those shoes right now trying to say, you know what, I'm hoping, I'm just making trades and hope something wins and then I can sign up for the classes. Don't keep making the bad habits. Don't keep going down the wrong path in life. Get on the right path. Start making some changes in your life. Don't just listen to these Steve's secrets to success. Go do it. Make change. So I hope that really resonates with you. Let me know down below what you think. If you're a student, let me know your story so that you can inspire somebody. Let's inspire more people. The internet's full of negativity and hate. A lot of people want to see people fail way more than succeed. That's another successful mindset trick. If you are on the internet and you're hoping other people don't do very well, maybe they're people you went to high school with or college, that's a poor people mindset. That's a failing mindset. I want you to have a successful mindset, a wealthy mindset. Always look at people and hope they succeed, hope they do well, and then life becomes so much happier. Life becomes so much happier. So I hope this resonates with you. I'll see you right back here next week. Thank you for everybody's comments on the voting, and we keep our videos like this where we can really make some impact with a lot of stuff. It takes 3 days to make, but I'm going to continue doing it because I know that it's impacting your life and other lives. So peace and love to the crypto crew.